are back in the car. Times have changed. I now have 2 babies, so it's been a few months hiatus. We're in a new car, but I haven't even told Dylan what we're going, where we're going, what we're doing today, because we're going somewhere new. I am super excited. This is something, again, a crazy TikTok. When he got here to the office, I was like, dude, get in the car. We're going to Walmart because we found a way that we can engrave or etch onto tumblers without having to use a laser. We are actually using our Cricut today, if it works. So we're gonna test that and find out, you know, what works, what doesn't work. We're doing it together today, and I am so excited because you all have loved our Dollar Tree videos. I am super, super excited that we're able to head to Walmart because if you guys know, I love Walmart. So we're heading over there. There's one product that we've got to try out, but I've got to let you watch the TikTok because the project looks so good. I did a little R&D, a little research and development last night, and there's not a single YouTube video. So Dylan, you have to edit this video before another YouTuber beats us because we need this video out. People need to know they don't have to buy a laser. So many of my friends have bought a laser just to do this on tumblers that I think we're about to do with our Cricut, which is kind of mind-blowing, so stay tuned. I mean, how convenient is it that the Dollar Tree is right next door? Hi, Dollar Tree. Bye. Oh, they removed the everything's a dollar sign. Oh my gosh, they took it off. Bye, Dollar Tree. Sir, you didn't use the stop sign. You didn't use the stop sign, sir. Just letting you know, I was being cautious for you because my papa taught me not to trust nobody's driving, even if they have their turn signal on. He said they may not turn. So, God bless Papa. All right, y'all, so Adrian has the hookup for us today. This is the TikTok that we kind of went crazy about last night.
Powder cutting tumblers into a great investment.
Oh my gosh, look at that quality.
Stripping gel.
This is the secret.
Stencil out and masking off the tumbler, I apply a thick coat of the gel, leaving the gel on for 20 to 40 minutes, depending on the thickness of the tumbler
This
coating.
is crazy.
I'm using adhesive vinyl for my stencil.
So she's using adhesive vinyl. She's got the special material.
Of course, you
she's just applying it.
Dishwasher, but I'm testing out the whole
oh
process
my goodness.
20
to 40 minutes and we should be able to see.
My first test using paint
this
stripper,
is crazy.
which I don't recommend. This blue one was made with citrus strip stripping gel and looks
I mean, it
great.
looks like
So
you ordered it from like Yeti.com or something.
For at least 30 minutes, testing
like a total custom engraved.
I'm ready to remove the vinyl and see the results. I'm using very hot water to help remove the vinyl. Then start scrubbing with a Brillo pad.
So we've got to get a Brillo pad.
Recommend if you have to scrub really hard, you may want to let the gel sit
I am
longer.
so excited to put this to the test.
Nice gloss coating on one of my tumblers, scratching too hard.
Oh my goodness.
And here is the results. I want to test out a very intricate design.
I'm so excited.
See they turned out.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, imagine being able to sell these with like custom logos, like putting the Maker's Gonna Learn logo on there. I mean, you could sell this because like on Yeti.com, these cost like an additional, I don't know, like $40, $50, $60 just to engrave a logo onto a cup, which we may be able to do today. So let's go. It's so windy in here today. The first guy let us in. I feel really good about it now. He even said hello. He was really friendly. And I think the citrus stripping is near like the spray paint. So we're close. We're almost to the product. And I just feel like if we make it to the product, we can make it to the tumblers, and then we make it back to the car before we get kicked out. I feel like the Dollar Tree is so friendly. And I just don't know why at Walmart, I just feel like it's more corporate. There's more people. So many people. It's supposed to be here. Citrus strip gel. There's none. It's not good. Okay, I'm gonna make a phone call or two. We're go find some citrus strip, but no, it would normally be right here with like the other strippers, the other material, the gloves, the masks, the Goo Gone. But now we can go ahead and start looking for some tumblers, and then maybe while we're doing that, somebody else will find us some and like bring it to the office. There's another Walmart in town, so we're gonna check there, but you can also find it at like Home Depot, Lowe's. places like that will also carry it, from what I did little research last night. So apparently, what if everybody's already finding out about this and making YouTube videos about it? I want to be the first. So let's find some tumblers. How embarrassing, they don't even have it. Where are the cups? Oh, ooh. Okay, so here's what I love about Walmart. I mean, the variety here is so good. Now there's a few that I definitely want to test because these are the ones like I use at home. So like these right here, they have the straw built in. So I want to definitely pick this one up because I think it'll be really great to do the technique on. I don't know, you want to make sure like it's like powder coated. There's a few other ones that I think you could try out too that I want to test. So doing one like on this type of like steel, I think will turn out pretty well, possibly, I'm not sure. Actually want it in like this size. And then they say that the Ozark Trail doesn't work as well, but I'm still go pick some of these up. But the Yeti that she tested worked really well, but who wants to pay Yeti prices, you know what I'm saying? So you could get like a mainstays cup. We're gonna test out a bunch for you because I want you to kind of save the time that we're spending. So let's pick out some more. Dylan, we didn't get a shopping cart and this is bad. I can carry this. Ooh, they have this one. It's just like, oh. I would really like a Maker's Gonna Learn logo on this one. Wouldn't that be cool? I think I'm getting this one for myself now. Got a coffee one for Dylan and his business because we're nice here. Now we need to find Brillo pads. Where are Brillo pads? I don't clean. I wonder if other people think like I'm just like really thirsty. I mean, the Cricut area. Oh my gosh. I'm so proud of Cricut. Like my mama didn't know what I did. And then one day I brought her here and I said, Mama, like my business grew as Cricut got more and more shelf space. I mean, they have this huge aisle, which is such a blessing. Like it's crazy, like all the things that Cricut have done to be able to grow my business and just, you know, teach people how to craft. Okay, oh, okay. Just cleaning up here real quick. Oh, my marker. Okay, go. That shopping cart would be real handy right now. Okay. Put this back. Okay. All right, we gotta go. I don't know if what's harder, carrying all this or worrying we're gonna get kicked out. Dylan, we didn't get kicked out. I'm so happy. Did we get the citrus strip? No. But did we make friends with the Walmart staff? Of course. Now we've got somebody finding it for us while we grab lunch. Now, Dylan, you want to know the number one thing I've missed about having an electric car is that, you know, there's no engine, there's no motor, anything like that. So guess what? Guess where you put all your groceries so they don't like roll all over the back of your car? You of course put it in your front trunk. So look right here. Boom. This is where our tumblers are not going to slide around and break at. In the front trunk! I mean, they've thought of it all. Boom. All right, my friends, we're back in the craft room and we have everything we need. And guess what? We have the citrus strip. This right here is going to be the saving grace for your project. And guess what? This right here is going to keep you from having to buy a laser, and I can't wait to try this TikTok out and see what we think. In addition to the citrus strip, which again, you can find at your local home improvement store, your local Wally World, here's what you need. You need a tumbler that you want to try it out on. This right here, I'm very excited about. I had this one and I thought, what the heck, this would be cool to try. You need the Brillo pads, the Scotch-Brite. I've already put the citrus strip out in just like a little Rubbermaid container and painter's tape. We cut out someone's name with the Atmosphere font from Maker's Gonna Learn. If you guys didn't know, we have a huge cut file library with hundreds of fonts and thousands of cut files at makersgonnalearn.com. I'll teach you also how to master your Cricut machine over there, so check that out if you haven't already. We've already cut it and got it ready. You also need painter's tape, and last but not least, a paintbrush and just a weeding tool. So honestly, I feel like the majority of you have all of these supplies, maybe besides your tumbler and your citrus strip. So it's pretty minimal, and I'm excited to try this out and see how it goes. So what we're gonna do is first apply our stencil onto our tumbler, just like we normally would. It's not super hard or anything like that. So we're gonna do this together, and I'm gonna walk you through the entire process and see what it looks like. So we're just gonna peel the backer off right here. So we have our stencil. Now this is something I need to mention while we're talking about the stencil. Permanent Cricut vinyl will not work for today's project. You need to use a permanent Oracal 651 adhesive vinyl, because there has been some testing, and what they said in the TikTok, she was like, hey, that does not work, it seeps through, because this stuff, you know, is a stripping agent, so it could easily get underneath the tumbler, so you have to use a really high quality vinyl. So we're recommending Oracal 651 per her TikTok, and I'll link it down below so you can check her out too. She's incredible. So now that you have your tumbler here, you can just find the area you want to apply it to, and what we're going to do is just simply apply it down, kind of using the taco method, kinda. We're just going to place it here and then apply it. Now this is where you want to make sure you're burnishing really, really well, because you don't want this to peel up during the stripping process. So I'm using my finger. Here's my quick tip. I like to use the back of my weeding tool just to make sure it is going to stay down. This is like one of my favorite tips for making sure vinyl is going to stay down. It works every time. The back of that weeding tool is your best friend. So I'm just going to, again, use that, make sure the vinyl is staying down. This is so, so good. Looky here. Now, what we're gonna do, once this is down, we need to go ahead and remove this. Look at that, the vinyl is staying down so well. So we have it on just like this. What we will do now is you need your painter's tape. Your painter's tape is going to protect your entire surface. Just like when you're etching glass or anything like that, we cover our projects with a lot of painter's tape just to make sure it's not damaged, ruined, or anything like that. Now, you saw me buy a lot of different tumblers. So we're testing those right now in the test studio, and we are getting those ready so we have more comparisons. What I want to mention is, say you're not willing to risk the entire, tumbler to this craft, we found that you could test the bottom. So like a heart, a triangle, a star image, to test it to make sure it would work prior to doing something this large. I felt like since we're making a video about it, we're making it a big deal, I want to go all in on this project. So you can either go all in with me, or you could play it safe and test the bottom. So anyway, I just like to give those disclaimers so you all know kind of like some ideas so you don't waste anything, because we like to make sure, we save money for you guys with every video. So we're just going to apply painter's tape on here. Just make sure it's applied down. And we're going to cover pretty much the entire side of the tumbler that we're going to apply this agent to. So apply some here. Go apply some right here. All right, now we're gonna apply that bottom piece. Okay, so this is looking really good. Now you just want to take another look at your stencil, take a look at your tumbler. Is there any area that you might still need to secure down? You're gonna be able to keep this pretty contained, so I like that a lot. but you just want to take a look and see if there's any bubbles, anything that's holding you back from perfection. This is the time, because it's about go time. Like, this does not take much time at all, and I'm like giddy. So now what I'm going to do before I apply it, I need to find something to like sit it in. So I'm gonna find something to sit it in, so we can sit it in there and do some painting. So let me go find something. All right, so I found this right here. This is something that I'm just gonna be able to like sit it in so that we can actually do the painting. So see this right here? You can find this at your local Walmart, anything like that. It usually keeps our weeding supplies in here in the craft studio. So now that you have your paintbrush, our goal is to cover this in a really thick coat. So I'm really excited to see, after we apply this, what is actually gonna happen. Like, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little intrigued, if you will. And with this being a thinner design, she said in the TikTok, it won't take as long to set. So this could take as short as like 15-20 minutes, up to 2 hours for some of those thicker ones. So anyway, I'm nervous. One of my coworkers said that this smelled like Tums, which I thought was an interesting comparison. So we're just gonna make sure it's thick. This is not something you want to put thin on here. I want you all to know, this reminds me so much like etching glass. So if you've etched glass before, I think this project could be really good for you and be a lot of fun. So again, notice I'm just making sure it's thick. I'm taking my time, making sure it's nice and thick. I see some areas that I need to make sure it's like thicker on, so I'm just gonna go around, make sure that is there. Here's what we've been able to do. We've covered this really thick. So what we'll do now is we're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna check in with our handy dandy weeding tool to see like what's happening to it. That's a tip that she gave that I think is really interesting. I mean, this is where it's totally different than etching glass. So I'm super excited to check in, find out. All right, my friends, so let's check on this one right here. You can see that it is like falling off. Like, this is shocking at how it's just like literally falling off. So what we're gonna do now is head over to the sink. We're going to the sink, we're gonna take the Brillo pad, and we're going to scrub this and see the bigger reveal. Like, are you all ready for this? This is what this entire video has been about, to see how this works. And I'm gonna maybe even get to peek in and see how they're doing testing the other ones. So let's go ahead and head on over. Okay, so we're actually going in the studio, so you all can see a little behind the scenes of the studio. Say hello, we're going to scrub this. I'm so excited. Guys, I'm so excited to show you all our bathroom. This right here, we just did it. Oh my gosh, Dylan, what the heck? Okay, y'all, if I should be wearing gloves, I don't even know. Like, I apologize. It's not on my hands. I'm just letting you all know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is crazy. What in the world? What in the world? I think the blue needed to be set a little longer. Okay, so I kind of made a mistake, and it was because I got too aggressive. So what I find really interesting is that the darker blue top came off really quick, like effortless, and then this darker blue must have been a little thicker. So I started scrubbing a lot more, and it started coming off. It just wasn't coming off as easy. So also tore a little bit of the vinyl. So you need to be very careful that your pad doesn't like eat up some of your vinyl, because as you come in here, if you come on in, you can see like this part of the K, you know, there was vinyl there and now there's not. But as you see, these edges are not perfect, but if you look at the YLER, oh my gosh, like this result is unbelievable. But for a first one, I mean, I'm still considering this a win. This is incredible. I might go ahead and apply a little bit more just to the areas that aren't coming off. Because if you look again, like I could probably scrub a little bit more and clean up this edge, I think. Oh, Courtney is now here. She's like part of the R&D team. Oh my gosh. So Courtney also recommends having the weeding tool. Be careful. No, don't do that. That's part of it.
Well, it should, if it's done correctly, it shouldn't, like, you should be able to scratch
Oh.
the other part.
Oh, interesting. See the blue? I mean, it just didn't turn out as well. So do you think, would you apply more? I wonder what you would do.
I would take your vinyl off and...
Yeah, and then clean it up a little bit more?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. So we're not even running under the sink. What do you think? So we're gonna run it under the sink and just like get all the debris off, make sure it's nice and cleaned off. We'll be able to apply any, remove all this tape and vinyl. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at that. So we're gonna clean up these edges. So let's go back out to the studio. I'm gonna get some paper towel. All right, y'all, so I've thought through this a little bit more. Here's what we're gonna do. We didn't use the weeding tool at all to like clean up the edges before we started like really Brillo padding it. So what we're gonna do, we're going to go through any area that looks like the edges are a little like grungy or anything like that. We're going to be able to use the weeding tool, kind of scratch a little just to, work it out. And if it's not part of, we've removed the stencil. So if it's not been, had this on here, it's not gonna be affected. So what I mean by that is some of these edges just need to be, scratched a little, and then we'll go back in with that Brillo pad. So we'll be able to go back in with that Brillo pad and scrub off any of this excess so that we have the clean edge that we want. Because as you can see here, this area has definitely been touched by the stencil, but for whatever reason, it's not perfectly cleared up. So then, we've scrubbed that. You could go in with the Brillo pad, scrub it off, see how that looks. And you can see now what used to be like super, scratched up and whatnot is super, super, super smooth, which I love, 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 love. But you just gotta be super careful. All right, my friends, so we cleaned up the edges a little bit, and honestly, I consider this a success. For my first one, I learned so much about this process, and I feel like this would be the same process if for some reason I had a very expensive laser and I was wanting to do this. I don't think your first one is gonna be perfect, but honestly, for this being my first one, like, I'm really happy with it. Like, I love this. I could give it as a gift. I would use it for myself, anything like that. I mean, it turned out so, so good. And I think you guys are gonna really enjoy this process. Now, we have the team testing out a bunch of other ones. We're going to clean off a thicker one that is like more like the powder coated tumbler. So you can see that process too. And then we're gonna go through all the different tumblers we tried, what we found out with each one, would it work, would it not? This one definitely was a win, and I love it so, so much. Okay, Dylan, this is like the true powder coated one. And as you can see, we've tested it to make sure that all this is gonna come off. And obviously it's like ready to come off. So I'm a little nervous because this is like really detailed. So we'll see, but this ought to be fun. I feel like if you can get this logo to work, you'll be able to get any logo to work. And I think this would be so cool to sell as a business. Like, to be able to sell these would be absolutely insane. Look at this. So I'm gonna be a little bit lighter on the scratching. I felt like before I was a little invasive, but now it's going really well. And I might like stop here in a second, get my weeding tool, and just like scratch the edges just to make sure they're coming up properly. I haven't figured out my technique. I feel like like just back and forth is better than going in circles. I don't know, so I'm trying to find that out. Oh my gosh, it's revealing the stars. I thought that was gonna be a craft fail. Oh, what? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Look at how good this looks. Like, I'm shocked at how well this is working. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is looking so good. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right, my friends, what a whirlwind of a day together. We have been crafting literally all day, testing out all of our different ideas, making sure that we bring you the best knowledge And by the time we've made quite a few tumblers, we know a thing or two about our citrus strip and what you need to do. So what we've done is we have kind of made 2 different areas, the ones that have worked really, really well and the ones that not so much. So what we're gonna do, starting off with these 2, these are from the Walmart and they were $7 and they turned out amazing. Like, love, love, love the quality. This turned out so good. It only took like less than 10 minutes to set, which I think was like excellent for someone like me that's a procrastinator. And you can make these for some kids or, you know, anything like that. These are perfect. This is actually found in the kids section. So you can see these 2 right here. Now, this one right here is actually really interesting. I got this at Five Below over a year ago, and this was just in my cabinet, and we were rating our personal home supply and was like, ooh, like maybe this would be like a good solution. And it worked really well too. Again, it's thinner, so it didn't take the full like 20 minutes or more. So this one turned out extremely well, and again, only like $5. So definitely a winner chicken dinner. Next up is the Yeti. So notice the Yeti we did a small test on because again, it's a Yeti, guys, and these are like upwards of $40. So this one works extremely well, but there's a but here. Remember, these take like 10, 15 minutes. This is gonna take about 2 hours. Now, what we recommend is about halfway there, you may want to, you know, check with your weeding tool and, you know, wipe it off and put a second coat. That's kind of like a hypothesis we're testing. So if you're really wanting best results to work fast, halfway through, you may want to wipe it off and apply a whole new coat. That's something that we're trying to perfect. But again, this is like, we've done a lot in a short amount of time. We're just kind of giving you our journey and our first results, which have been really, really great. Now, next one is a simple modern one. And this was not anywhere close to the price of the Yeti. This was like $15 at Walmart, and it turned out so good. So we just did a little, this is our little scissors that Maker's gonna learn, and we're really happy with the results of this one. So I think you all will be really proud of your results too, so stay tuned with that one. This cup right here I think is like $9 to $12, and it turned out okay. I don't know if I just like scrubbed too hard. I think I know I did some scrubbing after I removed the stencil. What we recommend now, after testing this one, is make sure you're scrubbing with the stencil on. Don't, you know, try to do any scrubbing or very minimal scrubbing after you remove it, because some of it could go over into the other areas, and you want it to look clean and professional, right? We're wanting to make this look like you didn't have to buy a laser to get this amazing look. And this is a lot more affordable. So that is one of tip for you. And this one, again, had great results. I would say maybe even crisper results than our first ones we talked about. But this was just like a little clearance one we got at Walmart, and we are really, really happy with how this one turned out. And this one was kind of a showstopper. We couldn't believe with how thick this was. And whatnot. This is actually Dylan's logo, who is filming for us right now. And it turned out so good. I mean, the edges are so crisp. We love it, and it turned out really, really good for such a detailed image. I think with both of these right here, such detailed images, like look at those stars. I mean, the stars are incredible, and we really love it. So these are all the ones that I think are like get an A+, like they're a met expectation or exceeded expectation, right? Let's talk about some that didn't meet expectation. Starting off with my favorite water bottle brand, the Hydro Flask. We tried to do a little heart down here with the Hydro Flask, and it didn't even come anywhere close. Like this coating and the Yeti coating, 2 different coatings, which is crazy. Nothing seemed to like even break ground with the Hydro Flask. So you just want to be careful with that. I love Hydro Flask, but not for today's project. Next up, this one is a Built, and the Built one, was a struggle bus. And just to recap, it may not be like all a built, because I think, you know, there's other built ones out there that could be powder coated and things, but these like thin metallic-y ones did not work well for us, but we had other, you know, metallic-y ones work well. They're just two different brands. So that's why we really recommend, you know, two very similar ones. They may give different results. So maybe you do a little test on the bottom just so you don't waste anything. Because I would have expected this in my hypothesis to be like, oh my gosh, this will turn out great. Next up is Ozark Trail. And you kind of expect Ozark to be like, I don't know, I just kind of felt like Ozark would be a winner. No. Ozark, the edges were rough and tough compared to either one of these two right here, or really any of these three. The results just were not good. I wouldn't recommend this to anyone. I don't want to put you all through what we went through. And then last but not least, this is our Bell Property Company logo. This is a Mainstays cup. And again, nothing really seemed to budge with it. A little bit, but not near enough to have actual results. And that, my friends, has been conclusion of all our different cups, all our different tests using this amazing citrus strip. I am so excited. If you guys want more videos, if you're like, Tanner, I want to start this journey with you, I feel behind, I want to get caught up, let me know. Drop me a comment right now in the comments. Tanner, do a live stream on this. Tanner, make more videos around this. I want to know more. Let me know, because we would love to serve you guys and share all that we can around this technique, because we think it's super awesome that, again, you too can be able to etch or engrave without a laser with a product that is like less than $15, which is pretty incredible. Now, my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We love taking you on the road. We love shopping with you. We love getting to do this whole experience together. So if you loved this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to Maker's Gonna Learn for new DIY tutorials every single week. If you are not already a member to our membership community, Maker's Gonna Learn, you are missing out, my friend. With over 15,000 fellow creatives in the community, thousands of cut files, hundreds of fonts, bonus training courses included, you are missing out. I don't want you to miss out any longer. So check out a special offer down below. We would love to see you in our community. And until we meet again, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.